Okay, now we're going to take a look at how to protect your back while you're exercising. I like to call it organizing your core. And what the idea is that your back has a nice double S curve, and we want to preserve that position while you're moving in different planes of motion. So the first step to finding where your double S curve is at and how to preserve it is to get your feet in a nice solid athletic position, it's called. So what you want to do is pretend like you just came in out of the rain, you're wiping your feet off on a mat back and forth, and when you stop, wherever your feet end up is about where your body wants to find that spot where it feels nice and balanced. So your feet might be a little wider, narrower, your toes might be out or in, but wherever it ends up, that's a pretty good sign that that's where your body feels most comfortable. So from there, I want to start with my lower core, which starts at my upper thighs, and the way to do that is to just flex my glutes. That'll put my pelvic in a fairly neutral position, and that bottom of the last S curve will be held in the position that is most beneficial for your safety. Second, I'm going to tighten up a band around my stomach as if someone was about to come up behind me and tickle me. So I'm flexing, pulling my belly button in, flexing my back muscles, and holding that in position. On a scale of 1 to 10, you want it at about a 6 most of the time, going all the way up to 10 if you're bending forward and lifting something. But a 6 will keep it in position for most exercises. And then the last thing I want to do is I want to pull my shoulders back, and I want to think about pulling my shoulder blades down. So instead of shrugging and being rounded forward, it's the opposite. My shoulders are down in a more relaxed position, and then I'm pulling them back and holding in that position. So from here, I've got my glutes flexed, I've got my core nice and tight, I've got my shoulders held in position, and I'm ready to exercise. The way this really comes in handy in everyday life is when you sit a lot. So when you're sitting, these muscles are trying to do their job and hold your spine in position, but we all know over time you start to round your back and you round your shoulders. So every 15 minutes or half hour, or sometimes every commercial, depending on what you're doing, if you just stand up and reset, flex your glutes, flex your core, get your shoulders back, and sit down like that, you're always going to be in that perfect position. And over time that will erode, but we can always just reset. So that's how you organize your core, and that's the position you want to maintain while you're doing all the exercises.